up? Hey everybody. How's it going? It's me, Mr. Chris Mad. How's it going, everybody? It's been a while, for sure. I don't even know which camera to be looking at. What's up? So, big update coming up for you guys. It's been almost about like 4 or 5 months since we've done one of these updates. I'm sorry for the wait. It honestly has come down to the fact that I didn't know how to do an update. That's basically it. Like, I literally wanted to rework updates in general. This isn't even a good one. But to be honest with you, we really do need to have an update. One of the big things is that May 1st is coming up like fast, like very, very fast. And that's our anniversary for Visnomadic. So what I want to do is get you guys kind of like ready for that. And I also want us to kind of push towards that date with the intention of growing the channel. So that's kind of the big deal today. Today is about like restructuring effectively. Right now, Visnomadic in general doesn't really have growth. We haven't had growth for about, gosh, many years. A lot of the factors, and I've always known these factors, is because we don't really focus on like one content. You know, like we're not the Minecraft channel, we're not the Halo channel, the Destiny 2 channel, we were never the Overwatch channel, we were never, you know, the VR channel now, we're never the Dreams channel, we're never a selective, like, specific game. And that was on purpose. Like, literally the name Visnomadic comes from the concept of always changing the ideas. So as a marketable standpoint, Visnomadic has no stance on, like, this is us. So I want to find the perfect blend between that and still being creatively pressured. Because there would be no point if we didn't have some sort of, you know, like goal in mind that would really create a more creative space for us. So the point is, we're gonna break up Visnomadic in 2 different ways. Nothing's changing, no new channels, nobody's getting fired. Actually, nothing really at all is gonna change for you guys, to be honest with you. What's going to happen is that we're going to focus more on Twitch. So you guys know Twitch. We've dabbled with Twitch for many years. We even went to like their competitors trying to like build an audience through there, but we realized that like the level of professionalism in streaming, and that's another big factor, is that the level of professionalism for Visnomadic has always counteracted the amount of payback we get out of that. For example, we just did Star Trek, really fun VR game. If you calculate the cost of that, it was almost like, and obviously we didn't buy the VR headsets and all the equipment to make that game work. But when you calculate that all together, it was almost $3,000, like in VR headsets and equipment, and then scheduling a time. And to be honest, it seems like a run-of-the-mill video. You can't even like tell it apart from anything else. So we put a lot of production on the back end that no one sees. And that's kind of the big problem right now, is that we're not broke, but we're like not making money enough to keep up the budget of what we're doing. So that's a big issue too that we have to address as well. But back on the previous topic of like we're splitting the channel, but in a good way. Nobody's like gonna have a heavier focus than one or the other. I kind of want to rotate more. What you'll always notice is that certain members are always free, and it's just because of in real life we have different schedules and different plans for each one of us, so we can overall have a dynamic cast, which is another problem, is that with such a dynamic cast, I very clearly know that makes it hard to follow who is what. That's where the icons come into, and I even want to go a step further by like having their name when their voice is spoken. But that goes into editing, which means that it's more time to edit. Thus, we won't have videos coming out consistently, which is why I brought down uploads from being daily to be more like sparse, but more readily edited. That being said, like I can't like personally, I cannot stop making content. There's always going to be some sort of content going on the channel. So, to the point, the Twitch channel is going to have effectively 3 different shows now. And this is reliant on the other members really committing to their side of what they want to do. So, for example, Sylvia is running Danganronpa, and I love that series, and I'm very happy that we have another show that I have no direct connection to. Simply put, I'm just helping set up the Twitch, and that's it. Like, and even that, I'm barely doing anything. So, I really appreciate that. It's being edited, the thumbnails are being done, the streaming itself is all being done outside of my work. Which has been very nice. And you guys, if you're coming from Twitch from that, like, we appreciate that. Something I'm personally doing is I'm playing more with Madrybread, which Madrybread, as you guys probably know, has had a lot of success lately, with the Pokemon challenges, which is what influenced us to do Pokemon Coliseum Randomizer, was to kind of, like, show that we could do that kind of content too, but also be creatively different from what other challenges would be doing, which actually has spiraled into a new project that I'm doing. Basically, if you guys remember, we had a show called Vez, right? And Vez was a series where we would play games, but there was something wrong, something's like up with it. But the most thing that was up with it was the fact that we could play the game online. That was effectively it. But sometimes glitches would happen because of the system. So I wanted to go a step further with that, and Vez is now going to become a series where we're basically playing modified games, or games in the ways they weren't intended, which is like the bread and butter of Visnomadic in general, is that. So the new series coming out is Pikmin 2 Co-op. We're going to be starting that in late March, I believe the videos may come out. It depends, but we will see. But the big channel changer, and what's really going to show that we're committed to this whole Twitch idea, is a new concept. I've mentioned it a few times if you follow us on Twitter, and if you're in our Discord. It is the Visnomadic new project. It is the Visno Crossing. So Visno Crossing is a new show, effectively, that's only on Twitch. But the highlights will start to come out through the YouTube channel. But the idea is that just any Visno can stream Animal Crossing, and any other Visno will be interacting. So it's very interesting, because this is the largest amount of majority for members that wanted to play this game. So we're going to see a lot of different faces out of that, which has been kind of a missing piece. Minecraft kind of was that, but it was all nostalgia, and other channels were like growing from the popularity of Minecraft, but when we play Minecraft, we try to keep it very default. So our content really isn't known for that. So the idea of an Animal Crossing show, I think, is going to be quite exciting, but very chill too. So I'm excited for that a lot. 2 other shows that have kind of not been shelved, but you'll see like sparsely, which makes sense. It's Invade the Net and Dreams. Both of those series come with the idea of like going in with a plan and coming out with chaos, and that's hard to like plan. You can't plan chaos. So they hit when inspiration strikes, you know? They're those kind of shows, which kind of leans into our other show, which isn't a show, but it's a show, which would be the Off Time. So Off Time is effectively just me recording, us hanging out. That's it. Like, we're not actually paying attention to the camera or anything, which, to be honest, is what a lot of people do. Like, they just record, and they're friends, and they're hanging out. So when I do those, everyone's aware that we're recording, but we don't address it. We don't, like, I just casually do it. They just know that I'm going to do it. When it's done, I edit it, I show it to the team. As long as everybody's comfortable, release it. And that's the idea of the show. So it kind of looks into like the back end of what we do, and us hanging out as friends in general. But all that was to build up kind of like a mutual trust between the group, because we really have always kind of approached Visnomadic as like a business, even though no one really felt it was a business. It was more of just a project, and that's what it is right now. Is it's a project. Does it ever plan to become a business? Potentially, but it would take a lot of steps, and if it ever did, there is a plan for that. But right now, it's just a fun project. With that being said, even projects need money. So right now, if you guys are feeling that you're enjoying the content, I do recommend checking out our Patreon. We have new sort of tiers overall that could interest you. One of the big factors I want to give to you guys is the ability to join us on games. So with the new Visnomadic project, Visno Crossing, I want all the Patreons to come and join us. So if you are a Patreon or have ever been a Patreon, that's the thing too, is that I don't really care if you've only donated once or you've donated 100 times. You're all equal in my eyes on that. That being said, if you donate for the higher tiers, we still have goals for you, which we are always open to talking to you guys about. One of the big things that most people haven't taken advantage of is that if you pay for the higher tier, you get to like 100% put in your input for a show or series or concept, that like you are effectively a producer in that sense. So, and that being said, I want to thank our current Patreons. No order, I'm just going random. Forelli, Smoke 108, Aki, which I believe is Urban Banner, Gaminator, John, thanks John, Josh, VGA of course, if I didn't already say it, Lord Enigma, and Nightshade. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Some of you guys are friends, some of you guys are just idle fans. I appreciate every single one of those donations. They actually do really help. I'll say that, like, just as an example, any of this was not done by the Patreons. This was by my own personal income to bring up production for Visnomadic. But effectively, the other theme of Visnomadic has always been high production value, low effort. But not in a... I never try to be low effort. It just kind of looks like it is. It's because I don't know how to use it. Uh-oh. So, overall, I hope that kind of like ran everything down. This was kind of a longer one, and it was a little bit more streamlined. I'm sitting down. I'm not like, what's up, guys? The energy isn't like full, but that was on purpose to kind of get my train of thought going. I hope you could follow, because I know that my train of thought is always all over the place. So I try to make it as concise as possible. If you guys want to keep up to date to Visnomadic, I'm actually more active on my personal Twitter, the @MrChrisMad. And I recommend following all the other Visnos on their Twitters. They're funny, and we're always having fun. We want you to, as an individual viewer, to feel like you're welcomed here. So if you ever want to, we have a Discord. You can join and chat with the other Discord friends and fans. For higher tiers on Patreons, on that same page in the Discords, we'll have some behind-the-scenes stuff if you're a Patreon. So that's what the Discord's for. But otherwise, if you make comments below, we read every single one of them, and we appreciate every single one of them. If you're coming from, you know, Madrybread's community or anything like that, we really appreciate you guys coming by the visit. We hope you stay if you like our content. But overall, I appreciate every single one of you. This is probably a dumb idea. It probably won't look good when it's all over. But overall, I thank you guys so much for watching over these many years. We're going to reach May 1st with the intention of getting 2,000 subscribers. We are currently at 1,600. The math isn't working out too hot, so what we need to do is grow. So if there's a particular recent video that you guys are feeling like was pretty funny, feel free to share that. My personal favorites have probably be one of the Invade the Net videos we've done recently. The Danganronpa series is really funny overall. So if there's a personal one you guys like, go ahead and start sharing that around. Tell your friends and friends, like tell everybody, tell your mom, tell your dad. Visnomadic is here, and we're going to reach 2,000 before May 1st. If we don't, well, that's a bummer, but if we do, that'd be pretty freaking dope. So let's hit it. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Is that like a, does a different YouTube? I think that's like, Is that Markiplier? Is Markiplier gonna say bye bye? Bye bye.